Okay, we're on a hunt in Jack County, Texas today. This is about a 5-hour drive from my house. We've got a permission. If you see right here, we've got an old chimney, an old cistern with a well on it. We got permission to hunt here from the owner. The owner is the father of one of my co-workers. Here's the old well. You can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not because it's kind of dark on the camera here. You can see the rock-lined wall. The house was built in 1854. It's in an area, it's an Indian area. A couple of the girls in the house back in the quote-unquote day were murdered by Comanches. Comanche Indians were the Indians around here. Their grave is about 80 yards over there. This dirt road right here is the old Jacksboro Road. The Butterfield stage line used to run down this road. The gentleman that owns this place that gave us permission says that there's another gate about another, I don't know, he owns 100-something acres, but down the road there that used to be a stopping station for the stagecoach line and a way station. So we're gonna get out here. I don't know what all we're gonna find. I've got my wife and my daughter Eva and Whitney with me today, and we're gonna get to looking. Okay, get my first high conductor signal. This is like the second signal. I'm overloading, so it's something big. See the overload on it? Shows it to be a mid conductor. So let's take a look here. Shows it to be real shallow, but with its overloading, it's going to be something bigger. Don't have to worry about a towel today. We're not in a park. We're out in the middle of nowhere, actually. See if I can hit it with my pinpointer first. I can. Ground is a lot softer than I thought it. Got a big piece of iron. I got an axe head. Second dig that I had, the other piece, the first dig I had was like a piece of pot, and the second dig I've got is an axe head. A very well-worn axe head with a broken handle on it. Look at that. That's a good find. Finally getting a coin signal. Shows just under the ground. Something like the second or third high conductor signal I've gotten. And it's a spoon. Okay, I'm getting a coin type signal here. Haven't got a whole lot of these. Shallow, 2 inches. That is likely a coin right there. I've been digging here for about 3 or 4 hours. Maybe a little bit more than that. I've only dug one other coin. I'll give it a little bit of room. Flip it out. It should be in the plug. It is. It's clad dime. Look at that. Okay. Getting the signals jumping around here a little bit. Lots and lots of little thin sheet metal here. A little bit smaller signal, a little bit higher. I'm walk backwards to the stickers. Ow! Stickers. Mark that right here. Set the camera up. think that is. I have found one penny so far, 1919. Sticker's just right behind me, got me. Oh, very soft. It's showing about 6 inches, so it's probably just a, I didn't have the coil all the way down, it's probably just a little bit shallower than that. Well, maybe it's a little bit deeper than that. I'm going to somewhere over that way. Of course, there's a root right in my way. I've gotten it out. Got it out. Oh, shotgun shell. I'm getting a few of those. My eyes are bad. Western. Been in here for a while and really haven't found very many coins. There's nothing, and I get a crappy signal. I don't film it, and looky there. I got a penny. Let's see. It's a wheat penny. If I get a date, I'll put it here in the sun. 1919. Look at that. Mid-tone. Right here in this tractor print. Say mid-tone. Shows 2 inches. I'm a digger. Just about everything we've found here today has been shallow. We got a button. Look at that. It's got an iron back on it. Has writing on it. Let's see. Off one more. Oiled. Carter oiled. I have to look that up. Some kind of button. We'll call it a wrap up. Really good place to hunt. Hunt it both with the AT Max with factory coil. I hunt it with the White's V3i with the D2 coil. I had the White's V3i set up pretty much in factory mode. I did crank the sensitivity up just a little bit. Really didn't need to. Everything here is shallow. The landowner is coming. He's just pushed all this brush up over here. You can see the rocks here for the outline of the old homestead. Ended up finding some cool stuff. I really don't have a good place to display it here, so I'm going to go take them home, clean them up a little bit. I got some of it that I didn't catch on camera. There's just so much iron sheet metal in here. It was hard to film everything. So anyway, I did get some cool stuff. We had a good time. Got a big salt mountain over there, sun setting in the background. It's a good deal. It's a good day. We had a good time. I appreciate y'all watching my videos. Wait for the wrap up. Okay, good evening everybody. This is tonight's wrap up. We're on the patio again. Wrap up on the patio. This was the first, I've been metal detecting 6-7 years probably, and this was the first real relic hunt that I've been on. One of my co-workers, his parents, Mr. Robert, Miss Sherry, they live about 5 hours to the north of us. We loaded up the family, drove up there, and he's got an 1854 home site. The house is demolished. There's nothing but the brick or the rock foundation chimney still there, and the water, the cistern, that rock walled well. Really outstanding trip. Had a good time. Found some good stuff. It's really, like I said, it's really my first relic hunt. Mr. Robert, Miss Sherry were awesome. They even fed us. She cooked us lasagna. We had to stop hunting, come in and eat some lasagna. It was very good. They just took real good care of us. He came out with his metal detected a little bit out there with us. We had a really good time. It was well worth the drive and well worth the trip. We stayed at a bed and breakfast there. It was very cheap. The room was 120 years old at least. Antique stuff. You almost didn't want to touch everything. It was just an awesome trip for us. Go ahead. Probably the best find I found, the one I liked, was a very worn axe head to the end of a hatchet. Mr. Robert said he wanted it. I volunteered to it. I asked him if there's anything I found that he wanted. He said he wouldn't mind having that axe head, so I gave him the axe head. So I don't have it for the wrap-up. I did take the video of the recovery of it, and I did take some pictures of it. I'll try to figure out how to put those at the end of the video. Anyway, the house site was full of this sheet metal everywhere. I saved a few pieces of it just to show, but it was really tough hunting this stuff. This sheet metal hits sometimes as a high conductor. It hits as high numbers on the bigger pieces do. Most of the time on the V3i it showed as a medium conductor. On the AT Max it would not give. It would give like a 88, what would normally be like a quarter signal, but it wouldn't be a real smooth signal. It'd be choppy. So you had a good idea that it was going to be the sheet metal before you dug it. But since we were looking for relics, we dug everything pretty much. Well, we did dig everything. I'll show you some of the finds here in just a minute. Place was littered with square nails, especially these little square nails like this right here. This is the first square nails I have really dug in numbers. These hit sometimes as a higher tone. They were really tough hunting around. I saved a few of them just because I don't run across square nails that much where I'm at. The first part of the hunt, I hunted with the V3i. I really like my V3i. And the second part of the hunt, I hunted with the AT Max that I've got on loan from Metal Detecting Stuff. Thank y'all very much, Doug and Wayne. It's not really fair to do a comparison between the two, in my opinion. Anyway, I set the V3i, I reset it, ran it on factory settings. Now I may have cranked the sensitivity up 2 or 3 levels, which is kind of a no-no probably. It probably runs just as good with the sensitivity set at the factory setting. But it's kind of a disadvantage to try to compare the V3i with all of its settings to the AT Pro with its settings. Anyway, I did not do any direct comparisons between the two. I didn't set the V3i up and run over a target, then take the AT Max and run over the target. I run the V3i through the first part of the day. I run the AT Max the second part of the day. The V3i on the factory settings did a better job away from the home site. Once you started getting out of all the iron, it did better than the AT Max. But inside the iron, where all of this stuff was everywhere, the AT Max probably did a little bit better than the V3i. Now, I don't know how fair that is because I can do some settings on the V3i such as make the recovery speed faster. I can go and change the 5, 7.5, I forget what those settings are, the 5, 7.5, 10, or 12.5 settings, whatever you set your swing speed. I could have put it in I kept it in the coin and jewelry mode where it pretty much hit everything above iron. I could have put it in like the trashy park mode where it had a faster recovery speed. I could have manually adjusted recovery speed where it did better. So it's not really a fair comparison between the two. They both did very good. If I had a choice, if I had a chance, and all they gave me was a V3i to go out there, I'd be happy, very happy. If all they gave me was AT Max, I'd be very happy too. They're both very good machines. They both did very good. Anyway, I think I told you I let the owner keep the hatchet, the axe head for it. I told him how to do electrolysis on it, wax it up so he can display it. He was very interested in that. The axe head was very worn. The first thing that I dug was this broken piece of pot right here. The second thing I dug was the axe head, and boy, I thought, boy, we were going to just be finding all kinds of stuff, and then it slowed down some. I found like the back of a clock, iron buckle, horse tack, a D buckle, door hinge, piece of lantern. I'm pretty sure this is pewter. It's a spoon or spoon handle, piece of chain, whole bunch of square nails, especially this size right here. They were everywhere. Harmonica reeds. I think this is a clock part. Lots of shotgun shells, Defense, Western, UMC. Some of those, we ran up this Defense one in a DEFAINCE, Defiance, I guess is probably how you say it better. That's turn of the century shotgun shells. Close to the road, found pull tabs. This iron was just, it was like a floor of iron out there. Found a lot of modern shell casings or cartridges, but this one right here is not modern by any means. It's about the size of my fingernail. I don't know if this is a pistol, a rifle, or whatever. It's rimfire on it. If you look at the end of it here, you can see that it's a rimfire cartridge. It is definitely very old. It has a P on the end of it. I'm guessing P stands for Peters. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some research on that, but I like that very much. I found 2 coins, a 1919 wheat penny, and a clad dime. Clad dime was out close to the road, so that would make some sense. Just had an awesome time, awesome hunt. Really want to thank Garrett, his dad, Mr. Robert, his mother, Miss Sherry. They're just awesome. They took very good care of us. I've got an invite to go back. No way did I ever finish hunting around it. I hunted there about 5 or 6 hours, and there's no way I hunted the whole thing or even close to the whole thing. In addition to that, he's got several hundred acres. And one part that we did not go to, I think it's called Butterfield Express, the old stagecoach line. They would run their stagecoaches for 20 miles, and they would change horses. One of the changing stations, or what he called a way station, was on his property. We never made it out to that. Really want to go back and see that. He had an oil well drilled in 1922. I'm sure that's got some good stuff around it. We were a long ways from that. So we're going to probably make a trip back. We had a really good time. I hope you see how good a time I did and you enjoy the video. Until then, I really appreciate everybody watching my videos, liking and subscribing and commenting. Y'all have a good evening, and thank y'all very much.